And as the world marks the 16 days against gender-based violence, persons with disabilities continue to face significant marginalization within Kenya's justice system. However, women with hearing impairment are at the forefront of the battle in Kisumu County. KTN's Levis Musumba was there and filed this story.
Jane was born with hearing impairment. Despite this, the cruel hand of gender-based violence never spared her.
So in the middle of the night, someone sneaked into the house and tried to rape me. When my brother called my aunt said that, Lydia, you are lying. You always like talking to men around. That is not a serious issue.
In Kisumu County, the deaf community's exposure to gender-based violence creates what experts call double exclusion. This means that survivors face stigma, trauma, and communication barriers in accessing justice.
And because they're not able to communicate, deaf members are saying, we can't even explain the violation that has taken place. And from that end only, it means that we have already, one would say, tarnished the documents that are necessary for the deaf person to be able to get their justice.
To address these barriers, the Chanuka Deaf Women Group, supported by civil society's organization network through the Embassy of Netherlands and UNDP Amkenwa Kenya project, has trained over 300 deaf women to be paralegals. Lydia Acheng is one of them.
We sensitize our deaf friends so that they know a referral pathway. If a violation happens, where do they report to so that they can get justice?
In 2024, Kisumu locals recorded 22 gender-based violence cases. 20 of them involved defilement.
And I think what this project is trying to do is use Chanuka as a case study to be able to talk about what gaps exist amongst persons with disability who are unable to access justice, and how the other counties like Homa Bay and Vihiga and Kakamega can learn from what is happening with this organization and put in place strategies and mechanisms that can address that. And one of the things that the project is planning to do is to have a learning platform where these conversations that we're getting at community level is shared with the duty bearers, with a view to ensuring that they budget for them. First of all, they recognize that there's a gap. Second, they have to budget for them. And then they have got to be deliberate and intentional to go out and see how they can identify these groups and see how they can be funded without necessarily waiting for a development partner to do that.
The lack of sign language interpreters and specialized personnel in the justice system remain a major obstacle.
Because at the end of the day, the deaf person is the consumer of the language. So can a deaf person be there in the interviewing committee so then they can help identify an interpreter who can support them when they have cases at the courts?
Lydia's courage, together with other survivors of gender-based violence, inspire a call to action for all stakeholders to address violence. It also pushes for the championing of inclusivity, addressing issues around stigma while leaving no one behind. For KTN News, I'm Levis Musumba.
Let's now take a short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.